Let's live in this land of expectation. A lot of times we will have hope, love, and adulations towards a certain player, and we forget about the expectation part of it and the realistic part of it. And the three players that I want to talk about with this will be the CeeDee Lamb. You can write that down. Reggie Robinson. You can write that down. Of course, my dog, Diggs. My thing is with all three, I like all of the picks or what have you. I'm not even going to talk about Bradley or not. I just think that once he get into the system and the fold of everything, then I can make my judgment. But I think that he's one of the dogs that's drafted in this particular draft. But I'm just going to focus in on the three, the Diggs and the Robinson. Reggie Robinson, my expectations for him is to actually play special team. Let me repeat, my expectations for him is for him to play special teams. Now, here's why I say this. Special team is a key component of the game. I think that we looked over special teams in the previous administrations. We didn't really invest in that type of aspect of the game. Nevertheless, I think that he still will show or exhibit some type of good vibe or some type of good feeling out there as a playmaker. He's fast. He can track the ball, play a great deed of trail, and he can sit on that hip, good hips, and he can sit on the hip of the receiver and give him a little physical action at the top of the route, which is cool. I like that aspect out of Robinson. Talking about Reggie Robinson. I like that aspect out of his game. Nevertheless, here are the reservation part of it. A lot of people love to hear the glowing part of it, but the reservation is this right here, and it's for all three of the players. If you can just write one thing and say, okay, the fact that we're not rallied together right now due to the pandemic that's going around, the fact that we just don't know, they didn't have rookie minicamp, that is a huge reservation because we just don't know. It's like an old wait and see situation. Nevertheless, he's still my dark horse. He's still my dark horse. And if you were to look at both players as relates to the physicality out of Diggs and out of Reggie Robinson, you would say to yourself, both of these guys are similar in a sense. It's just that Diggs is a little bit more polished. Now, Diggs' situation, he will give you special team. He will give you special team. That will be one of the caveats that you got to do when you're a rookie, especially on the defensive back category. He will still play special teams. I do like his aggressive tone, his approach to the game. But when you look at it, when you compare the rawness of Reggie Robinson and I guess you can say this, the smooth transition from Diggs to Trevon Diggs. The thing is between the two is that Diggs is a little bit more polished in a sense. Nevertheless, I think Reggie will be better at special team. I think that Reggie Robinson will be better than Diggs in special teams. Now, Diggs, on the other end, is better in every other category as relates to man-to-man coverage defense, off-man zone, coming down, hitting, and things like that. Resting on the hip pocket, got that subtle speed, that length. He's long enough to knock the ball out. I like that aspect from Diggs. He brings in all of that, and I like it. But we would still have to look at it and say, we don't know how just by us not having the rookies minicamp, by us not lining them up, going on one-on-ones, and to put the cherry on the top as it relates to the negative draw of everything, Mike McCarthy. Yeah, you can pull up tape all you want on virtual reality and these sort of things. But the physicality, you have to be out there. This is a new team, brand new team. You got the new car smell when you walk into it, or the new shoe smell. You know how the new shoes smell? That's what this team is. And we're trying to implement something brand new. And that's just the craziest thing of it. Other news out there is Cowboys. They're not going to have They're going over the situation, whereas they might not have training camp in Oxnard. Everything may be here and start at the Star in Frisco, which is cool. I won't have to go all the way to the west coast of the world. I can just stay right here in the confines of Dallas and pick up some information if they allow the common man to come out there to watch the game or what have you, the citizens, dare I say. Those are the things that I'm really looking at, those expectations. I'm expecting Reggie Robinson to make this team, of course, all three of the guys that I mentioned, but also be an impact on the special team. I'm expecting Diggs to make a strong push at one of those cornerback positions because of his length, because of his height. I think that my dog over there, Skywalker, still with the new feeling, Big Game James, they already penciled in Daryl Worley as the opposite corner on the opposite side, whether it's left or right. And Cheeto Woozier being kicked inside. And then your guy, Jordan Hip Pocket Lewis, been one of those versatile guys that can play outside and in, just depending on the defensive formation and who we play week to week. I think that we're going to roll out something like that. Now, heading over to CDTD. Expectations for him. Oh, do we want to see what Randall Cobb did for us last year, replicated with him? One can argue and say, well, even Amari Cooper, he had 1,000 yards reception his rookie year. I think that Odell Beckham had like close to 12 touchdowns his rookie year. Oh, Michael Thomas had all of those yards his rookie year and showed up pretty well on the charts or what have you. I will say this. Lower your expectations for CD to put up those type of numbers, Cowboy Nation. Although he can, but I will say I would prefer for Michael Gallup to still eat. I would prefer for Amari Cooper to still eat unless both of those guys are battling certain situations as it relates to injury. May I knock on wood. Nevertheless, when you think of CeeDee Lamb, you can say that, okay, he's more of a guy that can high point the ball than the guy of a Randall Cobb that we had last year. I think he had 823 yards or something like that. He had 800 mid-range yards with, I think by 55 to close to 60 receptions. If you can get that from CDTD, I think you may can get 5 to 6 touchdowns from the kid. And the reason why I'm saying that is because what gives him a little bit more juices than a Randall Cobb, because you don't have a Jason Witten out there, or Jason Garrett as well, but you don't have a Jason Witten out there. I think that the wide receiver formation for the nation would be more of a complex situation, because when you think about it, CD, what he brings to the table, and you pair that up with a Jarwin who can vertically stretch the field and inside seam routes or what have you. And CD, he's just freakishly athletic enough to play inside, who can give you the underneath action. And I think that that's what will happen. And you can flex him to the outside. Although you can do some of those things with a Randall Cobb, but he's 5'9" or 5'10", close, give or take, in between that range. He's not 6'2"-ish, CD is a tall brother, and he can high point the ball. Remember what I said in my previous video. Most wide receivers have a window catch radius. This guy got a full balcony. He may not be the fastest guy in the world, but his short area quickness is there. And one can say that, well, this guy is really mirroring or the replicate of the guy at number 10, DeAndre Hopkins. So now that you couple all of that together, you got him on your team, mixed in with an Amari Cooper, Gallup on the outside. So my expectations for CDTD is to super exceed what Randall Cobb did. Is that a crazy expectation? Should I remove myself of thinking that and say, okay, I think that CD will put up Michael Gallup's last year's number? If that happened, boy, this thing would be crazy. It would flat out be crazy. And the craziest part of it all is possible, but I don't want to put all of that food on the table for him to eat. And of course, I don't think that TD will play a tons and tons of special teams, but my expectation is for him to get out there and play some special teams, whether it be punt return, whether it be some type of return. He's going to have to be out there. Even if it's a decoy, put the brother out there. He's young. Of course, he's our 17th overall draft pick, but let's not baby him. I'm not in the land of being somebody's a daddy out here of saying that I'm going to baby you. No. Put him out there in the heat. Let me know if you guys thinking otherwise. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns. Post me how you feel about your expectations of the three or whoever else out there that you really have a good, strong feeling. Maybe it will be Tyler Badass for you. Maybe it will be Bradley and I, Maybe it will be none of the guys that was drafted or what have you. Maybe it'll be the acquisitions. Maybe it'll be the Daltons, of the world, right? Andy Dalton. Maybe it'll be him. Post me your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's go.